face football. Here are your hosts, the Taco Slayer Jorge and MLS card guy Chris.
Oh, we are here for some Sunday shenanigans. That MLS schedule congestion is no joke. My lineups were dead before they even started, and I'm sure yours were too. But hey, we're just here for a good time, not a long time. Alex ATG Sorare here with me, and so is Chris, the MLS card guy. What is up, y'all? Y'all look so excited.
What is there to be excited about after what happened last night?
Terrible
Nothing.
scenes. Just
There's nothing.
yeah, just
You
next
know,
next week. Next.
It does feel like everybody, everywhere you go, whether it's on the internet, whatever it is, people are struggling, not having a good time. Our teams are bad. Our so rare teams are bad. It is just vibes all the way around. MLS shenanigans just never end. But hey, we're gonna get into all this weekend's action. There was a Friday game. There was Saturday games. There's a game today later on after this show finishes up. Atlanta and Charlotte. I know we're all so excited for that one. So excited. But hey, before we get into it real quick, Bob Flynn in the house nice and early. Good afternoon, y'all. And why does McMath always concede in the 93rd minute to kill a clean sheet?
He just doesn't.
Yeah, they got a goal ruled out in that game, and I was happy when that happened. And then Brian Vera just like pushed over someone in the box just for absolutely no reason. And McMath guessed right, and he went super to the left, and then it just like tucked in. So
Yeah, that goal that got ruled out cost me money because I had Hadar Obrion, and that was in the lineup that would have won something.
That was a wide open goal too.
Did you see the pre-show graphic of who will make a bigger impact, Hadar O'Brien or Chicho Arango?
That was really a comparison.
Yes, I put it in the Discord. That it was insane. I could not believe that.
Oh god, that is funny. But hey, Chicho Arango, man, shout out to him. If anybody wants to pull up that clip on Twitter, dude, what a goal! Also, Mike Bassin in the chat. Howdy, how you doing? And ZM Star also here. How bad is your draft team? I have no idea. I haven't calculated that yet. Alex or Chris, do you have any idea how those teams are going?
My team,
I don't know.
Just shit. Nobody started. I'm pissed. My draft team. It was terrible.
I'm pretty sure Luis Suarez scored 2 goals, but one of them was into the wrong net. So
A goal's a goal.
I'm intrigued to see how I did because I still have Lennon to play later. Who else do I have? Gould did well again. That was expected. I mean, number 2 overall pick has to do well.
Yep. All right, here we go. Who did it better, Jack Elliott or Bernadeschi with a red card again for 2 yellows?
It was definitely Elliott because Bernadeschi still had a 90. Elliott just like put his score down the drain in 2 seconds.
Speaking of MLS shenanigans, this is what we're talking about. We're like 3 minutes into the show. We're just airing our grievances of all this nonsense. And here's a bright spot. Bob Flynn has been talking about Jordi Alba. No one listened. Hey, Alex, listen. Alex has one of his teams.
I own him, and he's with Melia. So, yeah, that happened.
Jordi Alba's terrible. Don't own him.
I don't know. Great. Hey, Jordi Alba over the summer. Everyone's going to be gone to Copa. Someone's got to do it. And he said last night, he said, "Look, Messi, I could do it. Don't worry. Have fun on vacation. I got things."
Yeah, and they tied 3-3 against St. Louis at home.
Yeah, they're just not. This is going to be interesting to see how they play because they're already looking not great defensively, and if they don't have people to keep up with how they're conceding, it's going to be weird.
Well, they don't look great defensively because they have Jordi Alba playing left back. So
yeah, he's their attack though. Now he's going to be. They're going to play him left wing next game. Watch.
We are down with the Barca boys. Well, hey, if you're going to bring it up, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it deep. Jordi Alba, 2 assists and a goal. Wow. Look at that. Y'all talking all that smack at Jordi Alba, but he's the one getting it done.
Who is all y'all?
Just showing up in the box, doing his things. Luis Suarez doing his things. St. Louis City. I am surprised they got 3 goals in. Some of them are really nice goals. But yikes.
Yeah, here.
Yikes.
I have it pulled up. I don't like to give credit to St. Louis that often, but this was crazy.
Yeah, like not a goal. But St. Louis isn't really going to do that often either.
No.
None of those things.
Also,
and they did it without Klaus. No
what
Klaus.
was the class? What was the class BCM? Can we check that? Because I know he had a bunch of chances.
Just one
Okay.
big chance missed for Klaus. But dude, this was a rough game. 2 teams that yeah. Are you more worried about St. Louis or are you more worried about Miami at this point?
Miami, and it's not close. I feel like with them losing Messi, Suarez, like their firepower, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like obviously Campana, Taylor are good, but If they're conceding goals like this, yeah, I don't know.
So Miami has 35 points. They could literally get 0 points the entire summer and still make the playoffs. I'm not worried about Miami at all. Like they're almost already in the playoffs. They need probably like 10 more points to this. So
it's so freaking wild, man. And Redondo went out with another injury. Yikes! These young kids, man, for as young and cheap as they are, they can't stay healthy to save their lives.
Kromoski, though. Kromoski.
It is too. Kromoski and Gressel off the bench. All it took was benching Gressel and finally had a decent game. Finally, after I had given up, and I don't think I've put him in my lineup for a few weeks now. So if anybody wants a Gressel, just take him at this point. I don't want him. I don't like him. And that was the Durkin goal, right, Alex?
Yeah, that was. It was the first goal of the game, yeah.
If Durkin's going to score, it's going to be a banger. That's just how he does things.
Yeah.
Those are the rules. We don't make them. We just follow them. But hey, this will be interesting to watch. Both of these teams, St. Louis, who apparently decided they can goal on the night, but then maybe they knew everybody was watching. They showed up in the moment, but hey, they still couldn't get the win against the Miami, who leaks goals. You want to talk about something? Let's just get this one out of the way too. Columbus Crew. It's not MLS, but CONCACAF. Man, we were all so hype. We were all rooting for the Crew, and they got smacked. Did any of you watch this game over MLS or kind of?
Yeah, I watched this over the second half of the Sporting game, and then I quickly flipped back. It wasn't. I thought it was going to be closer than it was based on how they played at Monterrey, but Pachuca just took it to him. It wasn't close.
No, it was not. Chris, did you follow this game at all? Were you too busy being a Riverhound stan?
I was too busy doing the things. They frown upon me if I bring my phone out at work, so it's bad vibes all around. Although we did have the Dortmund game on the scoreboard for a little while before we started, so that was fun.
Oh, there it is. Before we keep moving, ZM Star in the chat brings up a good point that Tata is an asshole for playing Redondo 90 on Saturday, 90 on Wednesday after coming back from injury, and that's what you get. He needed his guy. He is a good player. But do you risk him off injury? This is why we say be careful with guys coming off injury. You hate to see it. Yep, Bob Flynn, it is Cucho's fault. I don't know. Columbus Crew, like in the beginning of the game, they looked okay. They looked decent. And then just a few errors. Like Pachuca just sliced them up. When they wanted to get in behind, they got in easily. Schulte made some good saves, but overall just wasn't enough. And yeah, dude, Pachuca shredded them apart. As the game got later on, like Columbus just crumbled. So
yeah, this is a beatdown based on the scores. Like you don't see one team with literally everybody having a higher score than everybody else.
Yeah,
like literally everybody on Pachuca has a higher score than the top player in Columbus Crew.
Do you think it was just like, I don't know. What do you think it is? Do you think it was? I don't know. I really don't even know how to explain it. Like this team is so good. You know that on any other day, Columbus makes it a game, but they just didn't show up for this one. Sucks. I don't know. Yeah. I saw something where like they were sick. They had like their tummies were rumbly. Yeah. I don't know. I saw some tweets around. I was like, whatever, dude. No excuse. You got to show up for this one.
Nancy said, I'm pretty sure he was like, people hadn't slept for 2 days before the game because they were so sick. I'm like, all right. Or you could just say you got absolutely killed. Like one of the two. Just like, and also watching the Philly game too, Pachuca's style literally counters every MLS everything. Like I don't think any MLS team that they played in this competition this year, it wasn't even close. Like their attack is really good. And I'm surprised they haven't won a Liga MX title. I don't know. What's the situation with that? Do we know where they are in the... Oh, wait, no. America won again. Yeah.
Pachuca lost the final, didn't they? They lost in the final to America.
Yeah. America
or was that Cruz Azul?
Well, they didn't lose in the final to America this time.
Ha! I see what you did there. And hey, Bob brings up a good point. Maybe it's because they benched Munson. Maybe it is. There was a goal in between Camacho's legs, boy.
Yeah, we need Cherberco.
Water was shipped in from Atlanta. Oh man, too soon, bruh.
They're still playing that game, and apparently they're going to set up concession stands outside the stadium. And
Charlotte has busted like 2,000 people too. So welcome to hell.
Oh yeah, it was Cruz Azul. That means Pachuca lost in the semis. I know they were in for the final, but they're a good team, man.
It was to America that they lost.
So yeah. Rest in peace to Columbus Crew. But hey, we have the Columbus Crew back in MLS, so don't have to worry about schedule congestion, none of the shenanigans. Do we think that there is kind of a hangover, like a CONCACAF down bad? We lost the final. Takes them another game or two to really kick things into gear in the MLS because of a sad loss. It's sad to see.
I think normally it's a
Yeah.
pissed off like reaction typically when this happens. The only one that like kind of went down after the final was Seattle when they won, and then it was like, yeah, we won. Who cares?
It's like, who cares about anything else? We caught
we did our job. We got a trophy. That's all we need.
Yeah, Sporting
so,
had that a few seasons ago. I think it was 2019. We made it to the semifinals. We had a really good run, and then Monterrey, I think 10-2 on aggregate, and then we just threw away the whole season after that. Yeah, it was. We got like humiliated and didn't want to come back. But I think Columbus has 2 weeks to rest. I think, is that right? They don't play at the weekend.
It's an international break next week, so there's
we
only like 4 games.
Yeah, very short midweek preview, or we could do it on the show either way. But yeah, they have time to recover. They'll have no Schulte. They'll have some pieces missing. Aiden Morris, like all that. But I think they'll be fine. Like it's Columbus is Columbus. We've seen them miss players already and be fine. So I think.
Hey, this is a Wilfred Nancy team. If anything that we've seen from Wilfred Nancy, they'll get it back together. They'll get that confidence back in there, and they will just continue to roll once more. You want to talk about rolling though? Let's talk about Friday night. We got a match. NYCFC San Jose. This game was tight until it wasn't. Shout out to Martinez off the bench hat trick. Dude, it was a little rough in the beginning, but they showed up and they really laid it down. Guys, you guys are the NYCFC stands on this show. Tell me what you saw.
You shouted out the wrong sub. The shout out was for Maxi Morales.
Yeah, Maxi Morales was insane as soon as he came in.
I'm sorry to do that to the legend Maxi Morales.
His first game back, and he comes off the bench and just obliterates San Jose.
Yeah. Did you guys both watch this game fully? Because I know I did.
Yes.
No. Yeah. It was like at New York, that goal they conceded was stupid. I have my lineup pulled up. Like, if they wouldn't have conceded that goal, I would be a lot more happy than I am, because then we would have had clean sheet, Tavon Gray plus 10. Probably would have been a lot better, but can't dwell on the past. Santi looked incredible. Maxi looked incredible. New York City, they keep saying it on every broadcast when there's an East team playing. They're in the upper echelon now, and I think that is too. I don't know what y'all think, but they're legit. I think confirmed.
I think fire Nick Cushing, and then maybe they'll be upper echelon, and then we'll be good. Because this team has so much talent that they're still winning games, but Nick Cushing's holding them back, just like Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, how do you have Andres Pereira on the bench, dude? Coming off the bench and assist too? You want to talk about subs? All the subs. There was like Subway out here, okay?
Yeah, Malachi Jones should have gotten an assist too. He was just putting the ball in the box and no one was touching it, and it would just trickle back. They could have scored, like, it could have been 8-1. Like, they were getting so many chances at the end, and yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. Yeah, San Jose shouldn't have even scored too.
Julian Fernandez got a run out, which was interesting too.
He did.
He hasn't been playing a lot lately.
Also, Paul Murray with the AA looked good in the first half.
Start. Still don't know who he is.
Don't sleep on Paul Murray.
Akapa was out for suspension, but
let's be honest. A defender that throws up a 53 when you get 5 shipped on you, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Oh, that is not bad. Pellegrino with a goal as well. I want to ask a question for you both. Does Martinez deserve a start at this point with his performance off the bench? And should I be owning a Hannes Wolf, which I know he's in midfield?
Yes.
There's a lot of good midfielders.
100%.
But at this point,
Hannes Wolf is worth.
Yeah,
the Hannes Santi stack is the stack, I think.
There's a lot of people from NYCFC you should be owning. I think Hannes and Santi are the top ones. And then, because, he's still under 10. Is he still under $10 limited? Because if so, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I have new scenes of all of them, and they've all performed really well, so I can't complain at all. And
Martinez with a 30-minute hat trick, man, that is just impressive. Like, no matter which way you spin it, you love to see it.
And Tavon Gray too. I have to shout at him because he was really good when he played last night. And also, I forget who it was. Someone got hurt. It was Kevin O'Toole. Then Ilinic came in and Gray pushed the other side. So we're probably going to see Gray starting. Like, he has his place in the squad now. Everybody was praising him on Twitter. All the fans were really loving it. So he had a really good game. I think that finally there's an option with peaks that you can pair with Freeze,
which is always nice to have. That is nice to have. Do we have any words for San Jose? Anything nice to say about San Jose? No.
Abobasi was trying. He looked like he wanted to play. That's about it.
Here you go. When Magno's gone, right? At this point, like, if he's not even getting into this team, like, he's gone this summer. Right?
He didn't even come off as a sub in a blowout. Yeah, I would assume so. That card is sick though. That Casty, I don't know, in the profile picture.
Who needs a Magno when you have Malachi Jones? I'm just saying. Just saying. He went out there. He looked really fast. He looked pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I finally watched him. I was like, ooh, look at him. He's way, way far from actually being like a, really important piece in this team. But hey, that is very promising. Hey, this looks like a question for you, Alex. Did you panic buy a Barraza?
Yes. Do you see my tweet? I'll pull it up. 1 second. Because this was so basically what I do is when it comes to like keepers getting hurt, if I see the sub getting ready, then I'll go and buy real quick. But so the camera cut over, Braz was putting his gloves on and he was still on the ground. And then yes, if you want to, so Glenn put out the tweet. He said freeze market and Braz getting swept on the market. And then I replied with, yeah. So I scooped one up quick because it's like
how much did you pay for it?
Like $6. Yeah.
Okay. See, I got one like last week, and I paid probably more than that.
Actually, I might have been like 10. I don't know. It was something. It wasn't that bad. Like he's already up, but yeah.
I am so glad I am past my panic buying stage. Like the only time I do it now, like if I see a rumor on Twitter that I'm like, oh, that could be possible, and I'll go and look, and if it hasn't gone yet, I'll try to scoop it up. But yeah, this whole mid-match going down, even though I did it with Gayese the one time he went down, I was like, oh, need to scoop that Otero, baby. Mason got arrested. I was like, oh no. Oh god.
That's different though, because it's Orlando. And Otero was like super cheap, right? Like $6.
Yours was 16.
Well, I tell myself it's for the collection.
Yours was 16, mine was 10. So
oh.
I panic bought before it was cool.
Yeah, but I think what's his floor now? Like 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing's sold at that high.
No, yeah. Unless Freeze, we'll see. If Freeze gets hurt, that'll go up because NYCFC.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Barraza, and the reason I bought one, to be honest, and I think it's a good idea to buy him anyway. His contract's up at the end of the year, and he's gonna he fits that Stephen Cleveland. Even though Stephen Cleveland didn't start, he fits that like behind a good goalkeeper. But he'll actually Freeze is a good example behind Andre Blake for a long time, and everybody knew he's good enough to be a starter in this league. He's gonna go somewhere, and I think Barraza next year is a starter. Like that's my very early assessment of next year.
Well, especially when you have a team like NYCFC where like regardless what happens, if you're that invested in the team, you want to have both anyway in case there is a real injury and you already have them. Sure. You don't have to worry about panic buying. But Jared brings up a good point. When Clark went down, Tarbell Floor didn't react, and it's because no amount of panic makes you want to scoop a Tarbell unless you're Alex.
I did scoop a Tarbell, and that is because one, it's a handcuffs to Steve Clark, and two, we don't know the situation next year because y'all would assume Steve Clark retires, right? Is that the main? Because his contract's up.
Yeah, I think this is his last year.
Yeah, so I would hope Tarbell gets a chance maybe next year at the spot. You don't think so?
Absolutely not.
He's not super old.
No, he's only 30, but he's not like there's certain guys with certain reputations, and he's not going to be a starter. That's just what I would read. But I can
no Steph Cleveland.
He's no Stephen Cleveland, who still is not a starter. Then
where is he? Where is he behind?
Austin.
He's behind Stuvie now.
Yeah, he's in Austin.
Yeah. Well, if Tarbell plays, that's a nice buy. But if not, I'm not too worried. It's fine. He'll get signed somewhere.
For your sake.
He might go to Sporting. He might go to Sporting. We need a keeper next year. Amelia's probably gone.
Oh, no post camp season.
No, it will be. But I'm saying we need a backup.
Ugh, gross. So, anyway, talking about backup, who might need a backup.
Look at Tarbell's face, though. He has so much gray in his fucking beard already. Like, this man's 45. Don't tell me otherwise.
He needs hymns.
Yeah. He needs that beard coloring stuff. Just for
him. He looked really, really good against Colorado, who you guys really love. Or at least Jorge does.
If he can get some just for men, then I'll scoop more.
He's not super old, but he's not super good either.
He's really not.
Hey, I mean, if you need him, you need him. You're not going to feel great about it. But hey, when you need a cheap keeper, and they're hard to come by sometimes, it's not the worst thing to have. Speaking about keeper, is it almost Bono season? Is it almost over? Because DC United cannot defend to save their life.
I started Tyler Miller in a lineup just in case.
Ooh, you think it's time?
And honestly, the weird part is that Tyler Miller lineup, that was the lineup where Hadar Obrion, I needed the goal to get into the rewards. It's like it was a really good lineup. I'm sniffing, I think, something. To be fair, I don't know that it's Bono's fault. I think the defense is
Not-
just
no, it's not.
horrendous.
Yeah.
The defense is so bad. None of them can run. None of them can move. And when you press Red Bull style, you need center backs that can move, and we just don't have any. It doesn't help that half the team was red card suspended for this game as well.
That's true.
So that is, I think they had like 5 guys on the bench. Like I think everybody on the bench played, from what I saw.
Hey, Tubbs went crazy though.
So yeah,
You know when Tubbs is
Bartlett,
playing.
Bartlett keeps doing well. Like the weird thing is, like their so rare scores aren't bad. Like the defenders are playable. A lot of them, like even Birnbaum is playable. But like, man, just watching them in real life, they're flat out not MLS quality. Like,
What was Benteke's knock? Do you know?
Ooh, off ball, non-contact injury. Chris, the MLS card guy. Are you worried?
You motherfucker. Yeah.
It's your
I
season
woke up like 30 minutes ago, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm worried or not. Is he dead?
I'll find out. Give me a sec. I'll do
Is he
research.
dead?
But
Do I need to sell?
It was off
over?
ball, non-contact injury for Benteke, which is scary. He did walk off though. He walked off himself. He was just limping a little bit.
That doesn't mean anything.
Aaron Rodgers walked off himself.
Ronald Acuna also walked off and he tore his ACL. So,
Oh man, is in trouble. Jared Stroud had a goal called off. Yeah, DC, the vibes are bad. But talking about vibes are bad, Bernadeschi again putting up a wonderful score and getting a red card again. That is like what, 2 red cards in 4 games? Toronto is the biggest pain in the butt. Like when they hit, they be hitting. But a lot of times you don't know if your guy's going to be suspended, get a red card, whatever. They got 2 red cards in this game. Derek Etienne with the goal, no Insigne, and they still managed to draw 2-2 to a DC United team. Is this a bad result for both teams? Is this a better result for one over the other? What are we thinking here?
it's kind of a weird one because Insigne wasn't there, but also we didn't have a bunch of people. It's like, it's tough to say who really should have won.
Larraña's back.
Oh, that's
9
big news
minutes.
actually. I would think
You're muted? Question mark?
Huh?
He's
You're
just
muted.
thinking.
Were you like, what? Was your mouth not moving? Am I going crazy?
what? Huh?
He's
I have
here.
no idea.
Question mark? What?
I
I
don't know.
found Benteke, by the way.
Do we have Benteke news?
Yeah, so basically weeks. It says won't be severe after a few weeks, but so it says won't be a few weeks, but then it says next couple of weeks he recovers. So probably 2 to 3 weeks because it says international break.
If it's muscular injury, it's probably at least 3 weeks. But
Yes.
Yikes. That's not good for DC United.
No,
Nope,
but they have
good
Kyle
at all.
Fletcher
wait, did anyone score? Cudi Pietro scored and
Cleese.
Cleach. So we now have what, 2 guys with 2 goals
Yes.
outside of Benteke.
Was
Yes,
Cleese-
you did.
Do you know what Cleach's goal was? Because I was happy when I got it, but I didn't actually see what it was like.
No,
I'll look up.
Yeah,
it was
I
a
don't
late
know.
equalizer. So
I think it was
Yeah.
a tap in.
I just know Jared Stroud had a goal like late taken off, which sucks for me. 'Cause y'all know I've been on that Jared Stroud train, but now he has no one to finish his crosses in the
yeah,
box. So.
he's gonna get a lot of those 50s with some good AA, but no decisives. I think it might be time to start the defensive stacks against DC.
What was the duels won for Benteke in this game? Within 60 minutes.
In 60 minutes, duels won 7, but he also lost 7. So they canceled each other out.
By
And a
the
big
way-
chance missed. Couldn't go off injured without a big chance missed.
By the way, they had a stat during the Vancouver game, which was what, this midweek, I think. Benteke has more aerial duels won than the entire Vancouver team combined. Like that is
Yeah. Watching them
insane.
Watching them in person, they are not a tall team, and they every time we put a corner in, it was scary for him. So
They're small and shifty.
yes,
They small
Brian
and
White's
shifty.
the only guy that wins duels on that entire team.
No, Montreal, not Vancouver.
Red or dead. Welcome.
Oh,
You're
I think it's
welcome.
Vancouver.
I don't know if I said Vancouver.
You said
did.
Vancouver, so.
But Montreal.
It's all right. It's early. It's early in the afternoon. None of us are awake. It's fine. We're just gonna keep on rolling with the shenanigans. Rest in peace, DC United. Tyler Miller season soon. I think maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, it was a pen. Cleach is on pens with no Benteke. I like that.
Leash is probably on pens either way.
Look at that quality.
Oh yeah, that was the last one. That's right.
2 reds.
Yeah.
for him.
Already 2 red cards. Rest in
Tubbs.
peace. All right, well, let's get this over with. Orlando City going to New
Dude,
York
Red
Red
Bulls are
Bulls.
so bad. Only 1-0. So
I'm not
bad.
gonna lie. Yeah,
suck.
this game was pretty
So
boring.
bad.
I'm not gonna lie.
I keep telling people Red Bulls are bad.
They're not bad, but they're not great either. They do create chances. Their press, they suffocated the crap out of Orlando. Granted, we sat back behind the ball. I think I said on one of the shows before, we were just going to sit back and fight the pressure. It's what we did. We did okay. The goal came from a Tolkien free kick. It was Forsberg and Tolkien standing over it. I don't know what Gallese was doing, but then just like started shifting to the right and didn't really make it happen. And just like he should have saved it. If you watch that goal, Gallese 100% should have had that covered. There wasn't a lot of pace behind it. He just kind of lifted it in there. Gallese was just out of position. So that sucked. Other than that, same story as always. We created chances, failed to finish them, and Gulo just gets in the box and falls over. Duncan subbed at 45 for Muriel. Things looked better after that. Faku was playing the second striker instead of Ojeda this time. We're just throwing everybody up there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How did Muriel look?
Oh, it was great. Once Muriel came on, things looked a lot better. Ramiro Enrique in this team, I think he's going to work his way into this team. He works so much better just playing the 1-2s, just playing in the box, in and around the box, just so much better at connecting with like Muriel and Angulo and stuff like that. So I hope we see Ramiro Enrique soon. With Duncan leaving, Jacqueline's season is kind of over for the moment. So I think we should start seeing Ramiro Enrique a little bit more, maybe as that second striker next to Muriel. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, both teams are not great. Not great offensively. I would just say that.
So going to Red or Dead's comment, they may not be falling asleep, but we are. That's what
I'm not gonna lie. I was dozing off at about the 70th minute of that Orlando game. I was dozing off. It was boring, and those are my guys. So that just tells you anything. And yes, this is one of the reasons it's becoming a phrase. I don't know what Gallese was doing.
He made some good stops to start.
To be fair, that's been a thing. He makes great saves, and then he's like, "What the heck? How do you miss that one?"
Yeah, he'll make some crazy double save and then just completely just fail to move for another ball. That just like that Kuiper's goal. But we won't talk about that. Haha, Alex. Yeah, vibes are bad.
Hey, another goal this week.
Not
We'll
happy.
get to it.
Yeah. We'll get to it. But first, we got to hit the Philadelphia Union hosted the Montreal Impact. I keep saying it that Montreal and their chaos causes problems for a lot of people.
Juan went fast. He had a hockey assist on that 40 seconds in goal. He looked good for about 40 seconds. They also popped up during the Sporting game. They popped up the graphic of fastest speeds reached because one of the players on Sporting got onto the list. Juan is no longer in the top 5 for this season. Very sad.
Really?
Yeah. It's like Bombito, Elenis Vargas, and then like some weird ones. I forget who, but yeah. Sad to see.
Yeah, it is very sad to see. But hey, Philadelphia, as they did perform. Gazdag with the pen. Ura. Hey, we all talked kind of bad about Ura. We were talking bad about Ura. He wasn't the guy.
Who is we all? Someone said it was going to be
everyone ever. Even Deke's like Ura.
There's one Ura. There was one Ura. Should I show my picks now or should I wait until the end of the show?
No. What picks?
Well, I have to show them because I'm not going to be here on Wednesday. I have to show my results.
All right, we'll show them at the end. And Quinn Sullivan with an assist off the bench. Yeah, how are we feeling about this? I thought Philly was back, and then they went and did this and tied up against Montreal Impact. How are we feeling about this?
I mean,
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad for who?
Both.
Philly?
Yes.
Both.
Just yes.
Where's
Bad.
Carranza?
Carranza has a knock. He has a knock in his part of his body that sounds like Feyenoord.
So they
that's
went
where the knock is.
They changed their formation, which Philly never plays with 3 in the back, do they?
They just started recently. I think that's what happened. Like a few games ago, they started kind of switching things up because it wasn't working. And
interesting.
Mike Besson, they were back, but now they've left the building again. It is just an uphill
I
battle.
mean, can we just say this is MLS and nobody's ever back and nobody's ever gone except the New England Revolution? They're gone.
Yeah, they're the only team that's
They're
dead.
They're dead.
Are they?
Maybe
Are
San
they?
Jose.
Are they?
Because
Maybe
this
San
scoreline
Jose.
tells me different.
No, they are. No.
Nashville SC, who is
No.
massive. They're
No.
massive. Last week they were
Don't play
massive,
this
dude.
game. Don't
Yeah.
play this game.
Yeah.
Nashville's terrible.
Both teams are pretty bad.
To be fair, I did heavily lean into my New England stack because I kind of sniffed this one out and I knew this one was coming. Bayrak and Heel, A-OK. And DeJuan Jones is back, which is super helpful. And Barrero's back, which is super helpful. So, like, New England, maybe.
Heel
And
did
Hottie missed
heel.
a penalty, and then he got a penalty.
But
And
Zimmerman got a penalty.
Yeah.
Won a penalty.
You
He
chose
did,
the
he
wrong
did.
center back in your draft.
See, it's like, do you pick Walker Zimmerman and risk the DNP because he's been in and out because of the injury, or do you get Jack Maher, who sometimes he's a god and sometimes he doesn't?
And also,
Sounds
Zims
like
is
it's-
going to Zims is going to U.S. camp, so
to
don't
the
pick him.
Olympics.
Yeah, not to the full U.S. camp, to the little kids' U.S. camp.
Yeah.
The 31-year-old.
He's the old guy sitting at the kids' table at
Yeah,
Thanksgiving. Is
yeah,
basically what's happening.
Hey,
Oh,
I got a
Lord.
update. I got a Tom Bogert update.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Friend of the show. Ooh,
Advanced discovery rights. And they actually have
they've agreed
money.
to terms.
They have money.
Oh, Marco Royce.
No, that's
LA
saying they
Galaxy.
don't have money.
Well, they're saying they have the money to. They have money. There's like a number involved now. Usually there isn't a number involved.
Red or dead. I went with Willis in the hair.
That's a bad sign because that's saying there's a maximum and he can't make more than that. Because yeah,
On paper, that's what.
unless they
can make. That-
they get rid of a DP.
All right. Can we
Who are they
get?
going to get rid of?
Is Douglas Costa still on the payroll?
No.
No.
Good.
Who are their DPs?
Paint
Still
Sill.
Peck, right? And Poosh?
It's still Peck Poosh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Peck can
Yeah,
go.
they're not getting rid of any.
Did you say Peck can go, bro? Peck's been fine.
Out of those three, though,
At least he's healthy.
is he?
That's the thing. Why would you want Marco Royce on the Galaxy?
I don't know. Like,
That
it
seems
doesn't
like a
make sense.
terrible idea.
That's why I just got rid of my Brugman because of that reason right there.
You got rid of your Brugman because you
Dude,
think Marco
he's
Royce
not-
going to LA.
He's not going to play that position. Why would you get rid of that? Why'd you get rid of Brugman?
Because he DNP'd 3 times in a row.
Well, that's a
enough.
reason.
That's enough to
That's
boot
a little
anyone
bit-
from my gallery.
And
That's
look
a
who I
little bit
look who I
different.
got as a replacement.
Oh wow, dude, he can't even
Yeah.
score in a final, dude.
By the dip.
That up.
By the dip.
No, honestly, like buy the tip is a good strategy.
Yeah, we were
he was
definitely.
$42.
That's pretty
He's
That's
only
cheap.
DNP'd twice in a row. Like let's be fair to Brugman.
That
Is that it?
Cucho-
No. That's one of them was a sub appearance. They brought him on, I think, right?
No,
not a DNP?
he started 2 games ago. Played 90 minutes.
Oh, this is he got late scratched here and then DNP. This was made me
He
really
did get.
mad.
He did get that late.
That
stretch.
made me so mad. That's one of the reasons why I'm getting rid of
Why?
him,
Because he took a
that-
knock in practice before the game, bro.
Yes, he was like, my ankle don't feel too good, and then they just took him out. And then Delgado got an 80.
That's true. That was the real dip. He was being naughty. He was in timeouts. That was the dip of all dips. I don't know. Cucho, Columbus. They're gonna come back
He
with
looked-
a vengeance.
He looked good in that game, I will say. And the fact that you can pick up Cucho Rossi stack for as much as Cucho himself was like a month ago.
Yeah, it's also that weird part of the season where we're hitting that mid. People had their fun. People bought into MLS. Now, as of now to the end of the season, they're just slowly going to start to trickle down. So we're in that weird like second kind of come up before the death, and there's some opportunities to be had right now.
And look
ladies
at these
and
matchups coming up too. I think these are pretty juicy. NYCFC, they'll be in, but then Miami, KC, New England, Nashville, Toronto.
Oof. Yeah, buddy. And that's for Columbus.
Yes.
But is he's not on the Columbia team?
Nope, he didn't get called up.
Wow.
I think Andres Gomez got called up though. Wait, did he? I'd have to hold, please.
Oh. We're
We
gonna
already
have
went
to-
through Columbus.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do an in-depth show where we actually go through all the international leaves and duties, all the duties and all the people that are actually going to play in the tournaments. Because remember, this is also a preemptive, or at least for Olympics. Because that's to what? Copa's this month, right?
Yeah, Messi already left. Well,
Yep.
he has now left, I guess.
Yeah,
A lot of the camps start Monday because like this is technically an international window now.
Yeah.
So.
And then Olympics are during Leagues Cup, and then the Euros are also this month. Or is that next month?
Yeah, Euros and Copa
Yes.
should be the same time.
Yeah, I think Copa starts like a week before the Euros does. I don't know if that's right. Here we go.
Freaking
Provisional.
Ruining our summers. It's supposed to be MLS
Provisional
summer,
squad.
and now we're
Here
getting
we go.
all this nonsense
Mbappe.
for Colombia. Wow, dude.
Nope, he's not there. Any MLS guys in here? Diaz, shout out. I was gonna buy him, but I didn't. Bore, that's not horrible. Yeah, it's pretty good. Camilo Vargas, because I have a Colombia stack, so I hope that pays off. Where were we? MLS talk.
Yeah, I don't know. Talk about something here. We'll talk about this great game that everybody wants to talk about. Chicago Fire beat the LA Galaxy. John McCarthy rotated. Jalen Neal rotated. Jovelich rotated.
To be fair, Jalen Neal is not the starter, so I don't think he can say he was rotated.
And Jovelich, the Jovelich rotation was the dumbest thing of all time. I'll stand on that for the rest of my entire life.
Yeah,
because he came in and played fantastic. And
I mean, I don't think he was rotated because they think Miguel Berry's better than him. I think it was to save the legs a little bit.
He only played 67 minutes on Wednesday, though.
Yeah, but he only played 67 minutes because he couldn't play the full 90.
How shit are you if you lose to the Dumpster Boys?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah. Hey, but Kuiper scored again, and I think it's time. I think he's too hot now. I think this is when you sell Kuipers.
You shouldn't need Kuipers to begin with.
What do you mean? I have a super rare Kuipers that I've been playing.
Well, sell them. What are you doing?
Let me know when his unique goes up on auction because I'll buy that. Knowing so, they probably put him up as soon as the transfer happened.
So, where are we? Where are we on this? Not saying that Chicago Fire is good because they're not. But LA Galaxy, do you think this is just, hey, you're not going to win them all. This is the game to do it. They heavily rotated, and it is what it is. You just take the L and you move on. Or
it's a road game, too.
And it's a road game. Are we going to continue to have questions about this defense who you have players in and out of it? It's not like they're really setting out this full-blown back line. It's not set in stone. Where are we on this defense?
Everybody, but yeah, go ahead.
They've conceded 25 goals this year, which is second behind Miami in Toronto. I guess third among the teams that are actually good and not in fake playoff spots. So yeah, it's a little bit concerning. And I mean, to be fair, going back to that other graphic, like Caceres and Yoshida are the center back starters, I think. And unless they go to a back three, I don't think Jalen Neal you can really trust, which is really sad.
Well, it's like if you look,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say Mickey Imane's turning out like he's starting to crank it up a little bit. Like he's coming back into that form that I think people hope for at the beginning of the season. If he gets more involved with the attack, that's a real option. And he's still pretty cheap, I'm pretty sure. I know I got him for $4. I don't know what he's at now, but yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely been playing Yabane again, especially because I can't trust Jalen Neal. Because it's like every other game, they do 1-1. It's not even like a random like 2 games here, 3. It's like literally every other game they're going back and forth with Caceres, which is a pain in the butt. So Yamane does have to be the one. Let me ask you about John McCarthy, though. Where are we on the John McCarthy train? Because this is, the second time he's been rotated in, like, the last few weeks? Like, I feel like I've had people complaining about it at this point, and that's never fun for anybody.
Why did we trust John McCarthy ever anyway? Like,
that is facts.
Who was on the John McCarthy train? Because that was a bad idea. We got beat out in Inter Miami. He got beat out at LAFC. And I think that was the idea, was like he's going to the Galaxy, like there's nobody that can beat him out here, and if he starts to get beat out, this is really bad.
I heavily considered picking one up because of their matchups coming up, but I'm glad I did not. Because
I did.
Nope.
Granted, I picked him up for like $10. So, like, I'm not, like, mad about it. Like, yeah, I picked him up at, like, a great time.
That was
so, like,
after the first rotation, right? That was after the first rotation.
I think so, yeah. Well, because it was the rotated, and then I saw their matchups, like you said. Like, I watched their matchups coming up. Like, they have Sporting at home, NYC at home, whatever. And then like the last two matchups, that
Those
they have are
aren't
really
good
nice.
matchups. Those are
Well, not-
all offensive teams.
For when I bought him, though, the matchups leading into this, like this is the end of that stretch. But
Yeah.
into it, like
he did
Chicago Fire
Two
and Dallas and
rotations, a
Houston.
22.
Like I bought him for this, and I got two
alarm
games,
bells.
dude.
Alarm bells, guys.
Which
What's
Charlotte,
the-
he rotated.
What's his rotation? What's the other keeper's name?
I don't even know.
I don't think he has-
Mivicic? I think it's
don't he has
Mivicic, right?
cards.
No, he does.
He just got
I
into
don't
this year.
even know. But that's the thing. Do you think he only got rotated because they were just crapshoot? It's Charlotte and Chicago. Like if you're gonna rotate, those are probably the games you rotate for, right?
Jeez.
Maybe.
Well, it would help if you won those ones.
Yeah, Misevic is nope. Neither of those.
Oh, one. Ugh.
And he's above
Ugh.
$10. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that sucks to see. So
Well,
yeah,
he's
Oh my
U23.
God.
He's U23 though.
Still
It's
$10
like,
for a
Stemley over in-
rotational keeper.
For a U23, if he's gonna win the job, yeah, that's insanely cheap. I think that's why.
So we do think that it's more of a he's probably losing his
He's-
job more than just
he's
some random
half-
rotation.
Well, I don't know that like
Oh,
I'm just gonna go buy Mitrovic and start him in U23 every week, but
Right.
because I think it is going to be like a back and forth type thing. I think it's going to be
So
very
annoying.
frustrating and annoying, but I think there's going to be weeks where he is startable. Like kind of like Bono, Tyler Miller. Like I honestly, if I have enough people, I'm going to make lineups with both. And like one lineup
Right.
is going to be dead, but the other lineup is going to be good.
yeah. I will say this. I didn't even notice Sirois got rotated. We
Did he?
didn't touch on that at all.
Breza,
Yeah, so Breza got a start, and he did good, but conceded a penalty. So,
So did he do good?
well, I mean, 9 saves. I'd say that's pretty good.
Holy smokes!
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Tim Riley.
I don't know if that's rotation or if that's trying to give him a chance. What do you think?
I mean, we've been talking about schedule. What is it in the month of May? They played like what 5, 6 games, 7
Yeah,
games.
it's been
Like,
a lot.
Yeah,
It's been a lot. And going
But, like,
into a break.
goalkeepers, you don't need to rotate goalkeepers.
I mean, you say you have to keep them somewhat fresh, though. If you get an injury, like you want them in some run of form, at least.
yeah, because that's what Sporting's doing. They're rotating keepers.
That's why you play
Yeah.
keepers in like early
That-
rounds of tournaments.
The
and stuff.
rotating keepers means we're not sure who our best guy is. Like you want to give your backup goalkeeper a game every now and then. That's what cup competitions are for. That's why no one's in the U.S. Open Cup, and so they can't play their backup goalkeepers, and that's kind of scrung things up.
Do you think that's why we're getting a
but-
lot of rotation this year?
But Montreal, to be fair, Montreal is in the Canadian Championship, so that's not an excuse for them. Or they were. I think did they get knocked out? Who lost to what's their face?
Vancouver, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know. We can go back.
Who was it?
But anyway, that's where you get the sub a game or two just to like keep them fresh. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be completely like broken up about Surratt just yet, but it's something to keep an eye on though. When you get rotated as a goalkeeper, that's not good.
It is something to keep an eye on.
Bono hasn't been rotated.
Right, which is wild because Tyler Miller,
They're not in the
we all
Open
had
Cup.
hopes.
They're not in the Open Cup. Bono has started every single game, so you don't have to rotate keepers. It's not a thing.
They might have to replace that goalkeeper because I don't know why you're using Bono as as an example when he's the one that needs to get rotated. Give Tyler Miller a little shout. Let him see what he can do. Speaking of which,
They're both.
Samuel wants to know why Sporting Kansas City keeps rotating. Alex, please indulge us in these crazy rotations. I thought we already got it. What happened? ¿Qué pasó, mi amigo? We're waiting.
Who is Malia anyway? Who is that? Is that a new guy?
What's going on in SKC? I mean, we don't need to touch on how great Minnesota United is. Even Laud off the bench. The second time now? Is that the second time off the bench?
Minnesota's pretty good at playing
Yeesh.
soccer. Yeah,
He doesn't need to start to be.
Well, Wasei
effective.
is a freaking. He's what we wanted Halong Wane to be, even though he finally got the assist. And Yong Song Bin is finally getting more green scores. Love to see it. But again, Alex, you haven't given me an answer. What is going on, my guy?
here's the thing: If I had the answer, I would tell everybody. But the thing is there's no answer at all. Zero answer to your, like, I can pull up the tweet that
The answer is Peter Vermees is very tired of Kansas City barbecue and he wants to get the hell out of there and they will not fire him. And he's like, you know what? We're just gonna play everybody.
Yeah. So,
and then they'll have to fire me.
So here's the thing. So we suck. And apparently Vermees' idea of getting away from sucking is taking out our highest paid best players and giving no reason for why besides to send a message. And so he's done this.
What message are we sending?
He's done this 2 games in a row, and we have not scored until those guys have gotten subbed on. And those guys have been trying. It's not like there's a lack of effort. If you watch the game, they're trying. Like Russell scored. It was a solid goal.
Dude,
I think
Kyrie Shelton with 2 decisives in a row, bro.
I know he's on a heater. But
Kyrie Shelton is the worst player. Oh my god.
Do you want to know something? Is that he actually played well in the midweek against Vancouver. Like he actually looked pretty good. But then he got brought back down to earth in this one.
Yeah, he said, I got 15 minutes to show y'all what I'm really about. Hold on.
So like Alenis Vargas is good. He's too young though. He's not. We need him in sub appearances, not starting. He's not that sort of guy. Memo's been our best player all year. Like he continues it for Sorare wise. Memo, pick him up.
So
absolutely good. Pick him up. And besides that, I don't know if there's any sporting guys worth owning. Maybe Jake Davis.
And they've been bad. Look at all these losses.
You can sort to starts too. Just starts the season. Because like that shows you how great he's been.
Yeah, this is this year and starts for SKC.
Exactly. Huge AA.
And all losses.
Exactly.
Yikes.
Yeah, with the
so
message.
How can you say he's been the best player if they've literally won 1 game this year when he started?
Did you not hear what I said after that? I said no one else is worth owning besides him.
He's been the best Sorare player. Look at these scores, dude. You think these are like dubs? They're not.
Yeah,
they're far from him.
That's the thing. He's putting up a 64 in a game where we lose 3-1, and he didn't get a decisive. That's he's good.
That does happen with defensive mids. Like the worse your team plays, the better.
43 AA.
He wasn't a defensive mid this game though.
Against
he was pushing
RSL.
up. He was Tommy this game. In that sort of role.
Tommy's hurt, right?
Exactly. Tommy's going to be out multiple weeks, and so Tommy is probably our second best player, but he's hurt. So with your sporting guys, I've had mentions on Twitter is like, is it worth keeping them at this point? I would say the time to sell was probably a week or 2 ago. I don't know if people are really going to be attracted to sporting guys anymore when it comes to buying. Like, obviously, all they can go is buy. Yeah. The only place it can go is up, but the question is it going to go up?
Whoa. And not for everybody. It doesn't always go up. Just because it's down doesn't mean it's going to go back up.
That is true. But in this case,
good day,
you can show this tweet, and this kind of like seeing this kind of made me give up on like I was like Vermees was like like I think he's a solid coach,
but I'm not reading all that.
But basically, just like you can read the first sentence, and so it's Other than the goal, I think those guys played well. That was from Vancouver. This was from last night. Other than the 3 goals, there was a lot of good stuff. Yeah. So like the board is on Vermees' side. I don't know if
he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, is what we're saying.
Basically, I don't know if he's going to get
or Mike Basson thinks he might have he might be schizophrenic, and this is just alternate personality. It's just whatever lineup you get is whatever mood he's in that day.
Yeah,
they are definitely bot fodder, dude. Casey, I think we're
at this point. Besides Memo, and you could probably hold Tommy. I'd buy Tommy right now. I think he's probably cheap. If I had to guess, his rare is probably $25. Besides that, maybe Pools came to hold for next season. Jake Davis. That's about it. Like our team, Sorare wise, is not going to be it. Especially if Vermees is going to put out dumb rotation after dumb rotation with no explanation as to why. Besides, he wants to teach them a lesson. I don't know if I'd be involved with that at all. There's teams that you could stack for the same price that'd probably be better. Like even New England, like they have some upside because they have a really good player that's making things happen consistently. That's better than a Memo with Heel, and they have upside with Barrero. Vrioni's just going to get the
Jones,
ball. Yeah, exactly. And Ivicic is saving penalties, which kind of crazy. But yeah, it's insane. I think Sporting. I tried to predict lineups every week. That's the hardest team. It's not close. Yeah,
It's so bad.
It's
but
a
there's
10.
teams like that right now. There's teams that are trying to figure it
It's-
out. And when teams are trying to figure it out, like Orlando's in the same boat, not as drastic as SKC, but we're like, hey, we're trying players wherever they fit because we still haven't found that real cohesive unit that's going to just go out there and ball and dominate teams every week. So
yes, and I mean, like here's Deke's predictions that he did to show you. Me and him had, I think, the same lineup prediction besides one player. 5. Everybody else was above that. And he also used hashtag Vermees out, which is kind of funny. but yeah, it's Sporting not good. I think Vermees is never going to get put away from the team. I think he'll just move back to his other role, which is sporting director, I believe is the title. He's never going to leave the club until he retires. But managing wise, my question is just who would replace him? Like who's going to come in and be a manager? Because
anybody.
literally anybody.
But who? Names
like
Caleb Porter.
Anybody. Pep. I mean, Jesus. Fucking hell.
Realistic.
Like, there's
realistic.
100 billion managers in the world. Like,
All right, look,
But
we need Tuchel in SKC. That's what we need.
That'd be cool.
Get Tuchel in SKC.
We wouldn't win any trophies, but we'd be pretty good.
I don't think I've ever asked you this question, so we're gonna put you on the spot right now. As a Sporting Kansas City fanatic, Alex ATG Sorare, are you Vermees out?
The thing is I can say, but he's not going to go.
Doesn't matter.
Like I'm right on the fence. I think like if he does one more rotation like that and keeps the guys out that need to be starting, then I will become. But for now, I'm like right on the fence because if it works out and like these guys come in start against Seattle, because last year we had the 10 games, 11 games without losing, but Jesus Ferreira is SKC manager.
No, I said Pep, man. I said Pep.
He's basically the same thing.
So this is the problem with Midwestern people. They're way too nice. And like Vermees should have been fired in like 2018, and we're still.
Oh yeah,
like,
he should have been.
No, I'm on the fence. I don't think he should
go. No, but like if he does it again, bro.
But
he's done it 6
do
times.
it one more time. Do it one more time. I dare you.
If he would have, he should have been fired during the 2020 season. That's probably what he should have been gone.
He's lucky he made it out alive last year. Granted, he turned around and finished strong. Like
yeah.
He should have been fired the same time Ben Olsen was fired from DC United. Ben Olsen had a TV career and has now gotten the Houston Dynamo to the freaking Western Conference Finals. And Peter Vermees is still there.
Yeah,
crazy.
The thing is with Vermees last year, we had that horrible run and everybody was Vermees out, and then he like did the thing where he rotated players, and then we played Seattle at Seattle and beat them, and that's what kicked off everything. So that's why I'm saying next game, Seattle, he's been doing the same thing he did last year. If we don't get it done, hopefully with all the starters in, 100% Vermees out. Not close.
Oh, Lord.
Kyrie Sheldon in. Manager Kyrie Sheldon in term.
Yikes. Did you guys see the Jack Elliott red card?
Yeah.
Do you have it?
It was
Do you
fun.
think it's a red card?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Is this recorded off a TV? Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
No.
Studs up.
Like
studs up. That's how they get you.
Stud kind of tucks. Try to tuck.
Gets the ball. Like he gets
does
the
win the
ball
ball
first. He wins the ball first, and then the other guy goes sliding into him.
And that's Raheem Edwards. He goes fast. So his momentum was definitely taking him. You seen Raheem Edwards? He go fast. I don't know. I think that's a 50-50.
I feel like that's
like
a
he tried to tuck,
and Jack Elliott got the ball first.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the studs up is always going to be a red card.
He's not studs up.
He
tucks his leg in. Look,
that left foot. Look that right foot. That right foot gets him.
He tries to tug it. Studs are down. Bro.
No,
studs the whole way. I see the studs the whole way. I don't think it's a red card. I don't know. That's just me. Let the boys go out and play. Let them go out and play.
Let them play.
Let them play. You want to talk about letting them play, though? Let this man play. Chicho Arango. Dear Lord, he makes it look so easy. He can do this with his eyes closed. They continue to roll everybody. Austin, who some have said, they're okay. They're not terrible. But away to an RSL team, it was just never going to happen. Chicho, hat trick. Gomez, Julio, and Ellie getting a decisive final. You know, I've been talking about him for weeks. Dear Lord, you
Mika.
love to see it. RSL is clear at this point, right? I think we used to say Columbus was in that conversation. Miami's been good too, but I think RSL is just clear above everybody else. What do you guys think?
Above everybody else, as in those two teams too.
And you're saying
Yeah.
as if it's not close. I think like it's close. I think
I
RSL's
think
the
they're
best,
up there, but I think
don't know.
RSL is still an echelon
RSL
above.
does too many of these like stupid, like we're gonna fall down 3 goals to Dallas, and it's like, yeah, but that's not what great teams do. I mean,
Really? Because
I want to
Miami and
believe.
Messi concede a lot.
Well, yeah, true. I want to believe in RSL as like an elite team, but like I don't know if they're like head and shoulders above everybody else. Like RSL Minnesota, I think is fairly close. RSL LA Galaxy, I think is fairly close. Even
Really?
if they have to go to LAFC, LAFC is a terrible road team, but if they have to go to LAFC, I think that's
Tough.
fairly close. Like I don't think they're head and shoulders above everybody else. But this is MLS. Like very few people are head and shoulders above everybody else. They're definitely very good,
and they've also.
I think the big thing too is that they don't give up. Like they, even when they're down 3 goals to Dallas, they come back and get a point, which is the mark of a really great team. So,
They haven't lost since March, right?
Very good.
Yeah, March 10th is the last time they lost. That's fine.
Is it
Really?
Yeah.
They have 2 losses. They
Not
lost
in-
the opener, and then they lost to Colorado. And
in March,
crazy.
the beginning of March, and they haven't lost since, which is wild. And that's with crazy allowing 3 goals, allowing just shenanigans.
Literally 3-0 down to Dallas.
They have the most goals scored, right?
Colorado.
Do they have more goals scored than Miami?
No, not even close.
Are you sure?
They're actually a better defensive team, 36-42.
Yeah.
Well, Messi and Sorare, man, they can't stop scoring. So
they just score 3 a game.
Now ask that again in a month, and we'll see where we're at.
Oh, we play RSL in 2 weeks. Oh god. All right.
Oh, dude, they're gonna score like 10.
Can I go to? Should I go to that game?
Chicho's gonna get to see Chicho. Sure, yeah. You know what? Just go neutral. Just go wearing all black. Don't wear any colors. Just go as a neutral and just enjoy Chicho's.
Go wearing black for Peter Vermees's funeral.
He'll still be there. He'll be wearing black too. And come on, guy. I'm seeing good stuff out there.
Other than the 10 goals, that's some really good stuff.
They're running really hard out there.
Besides the Chicho double hat trick, I think those guys showed a lot of effort.
So I have Mike had a comment a long time ago when we were talking about Steph Cleveland. Is he the dumbest player ever to move behind the number 2 into a more locked keeper? I don't know if Stevie's locked. I think Cleveland.
No,
Stevie's pretty locked, man.
They love Stuver over there, dude. They love Stuver. He's not going to get as going to an Austin game and how the fans react to him, they're not going to get rid of him.
The fans don't select the lineups.
Granted,
they help.
He
has it in him. Look at him.
He gave up a midfield goal. That's never good. Never a good sign.
Oh, yeah. Do we have that pulled up actually? Let's see. Let's see
that
again. Which, granted, I mean, Chicho not only does like midfield goal, but he like tricks him. He looks at the keeper and then looks off to the left like he's just gonna ping it across. Do a switch of play and then just straight to goal. Doesn't even bounce into the goal. Hits the back of the net. Dear Lord. And yeah, Mike Basson lost the McMath clean sheet, but gained the ring goal. So do you laugh or cry? Why not both?
Depends on which lineup you need it to be good. Sometimes you lose the clean sheet in the lineup you wanted for a goal for a guy that's been dead for the entire night.
Yeah. Ring on Pens was cool. Ring on Pens was cool. I have the goal pulled up if you want to play it.
Haha, yes. Let's see this Chicho masterclass. Just you love to see it. No chance for Stuvie.
To be fair, he puts that right under their crossbar, and like he had to.
Dude,
Stuvie was not that far off his line.
Perfect.
Like
perfect placement, back of the net.
You got a lot of confidence if you're taking that shot.
Dude, when you're having a season that Chicho's having, why don't you take that shot? You take that shot again too. You do it twice into a game. You get him twice. You love to see it. Austin, whatever. Drew Yusi went out again.
Literally, if that was played at any other stadium, that would not have been a home run. Altitude carried it right to the.
Oh
right to the thing.
man!
It would've
Congratulations, RSL. Keep
It
doing
would
your
have been
thing.
cool in Chicago. That
Definitely, that thing was a floater for sure. You love to see it. Speaking of this other team that you were saying was really good in the East, Dallas going to LAFC. Denny Buanga getting on the score sheet. Timmy Tillman finally had a rough game, but we don't care. He's been smashing all season. How are we feeling about this? I mean, this is just it is what it is, right? LAFC wins. Dallas can't score goals. Jesus Ferreira played though. That's a good sign.
Ferreira looked
Very
He's a
good
good
sign.
keeper.
Ferreira kind of pulled a Shaqiri. He was kind of walking around a lot, but once he received the ball, he just like went forward and no one could touch him. So I'm excited about him. Paz looked really good, and then LAFC literally had possession for 90 minutes.
Yeah. Where are we on the Bogusz train? Because Bogusz has put in some good performances, but we all know that Giroud is on his way.
Yeah.
So where are you on the? Do you think Bogusz gets benched? Do you think they try to run maybe like a 2-forward system? Do you think they move him out to the wing? Maybe I don't even know if he can play out there. That's above my pay grade.
You think they could go to a? Do you think they could go to a 3-back? Is that a possibility?
They
Or do you
have
think
messed
they'll
with it,
stick
haven't they? A couple times this year.
I mean, yeah, Murillo, Long, and Chanel are they're kind of rotating it, sort of, and it's kind of weird. Long is
So
kind
like
of
testing it, maybe.
Long is kind of the guy though, so it seems like it's kind of Chanel or Murillo, and then like if they want to play 3-back, they'll do that. It's an interesting question about Bogusz. They could also move him back, like they could move him back into the midfield, but I don't think he play wide. So like they could. That's the problem. I don't know who you bench from Atuesta. I mean,
Right.
maybe Ilie, but like I don't think so.
Ilie's their captain. They're not going to bench him.
Yeah. Like he's just coming back. So I would assume it's more Bogusz to the bench than Bogusz out wide. But
Yeah. And I think they'll rotate him in for like Atuesta because Atuesta's already getting rotated because he was in the midfield last year. So
right.
Yeah.
Dude, look at this man. He's been on a heater right now.
LAFC in general has been on a heater.
Yeah, that's true.
They've been playing
They
really
haven't
good.
picked it up. This is
They've
great.
won
You get the
5 in a
decisive.
row.
You get the AA. You love to see it.
So not only have they won 5 in a row, they've kept 5 clean sheets in a row, which is really impressive.
And there was a lot of questions about Hugo Lloris at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and this is against Minnesota. This is at
Oh, no.
Atlanta. Like,
I'm sorry, Daniel.
Yeah, this is
Hey,
this is not like easy games that they're just like beating bad teams. Like this is really impressive. Like Stevie Chirandelo's got these guys going.
Yeah.
Part of me is like, I don't know if I want to add Giroud to this. Just like I don't want to mess with the sauce right now. Like,
well, they are losing Oliveira to Copa, so that's going to be interesting to see what they do with him gone.
Yeah, but Giroud won't be here.
And
until after
Tillman
that.
gone too. Okay, that is going to be weird how they play that. Kai Kamara season.
Yeah, Giroud. Yeah. Well, actually, it might be. To be
it's
honest.
never got Kamara.
He needs
It
one more
kinda
goal,
has
dude.
been.
He needs one
Dude,
more
the
goal.
Hollingshead rotation shenanigans has just been pissing me off because Hollingshead loves to get his big old head on some balls in the box for some goals, some decisives, but it's just he's not playing. Can't get him.
Also, is Chanot a top defensive option now?
No.
He's
You know who is
rotational.
though?
Maybe Aaron Long. We're back, baby! Yeah! I knew
Nah,
it was
it's-
coming.
His L15 is too high now.
I hate to say it,
God
dude.
damn it.
Oh man, dear Lord! Like
We've been
he is
waiting
making it happen.
with 20 of these bad boys for 3 years, and we're
Five.
back.
5 straight clean sheets. That's kind of wild.
Yes.
You know what? First person in the chat that says they want an Aaron Long is going to get an Aaron Long. Because Chris has enough to go around, all right? You know what? If you want an Aaron Long, you let Chris the MLS card guy
We'll
know.
play this. We'll
He's
play
a
this
man
game.
of the people.
While
Get
we-
you Aaron
This
Long.
game.
While we wait, can we show? I know the Chicho goal was really good, but this was the best goal of the night. Let's be honest here.
Well, SKC's on the screen, so I doubt
Also, they're chanting "We want 4" as he goes up the pitch.
It doesn't look like a lot of effort from
Ooh.
these guys.
it. Okay, that was
Yeah.
nice goal.
That was a beautiful finish.
I'll
That's
never
what I'm
own
saying.
Johnny Russell because he's too old for me to ever want to
Ooh.
remotely deal with it. But hey,
But his
One
beard
more
is
time.
too good. His beard is too good.
his beard.
We
is
already
too good.
talked about Kansas City, and you're still on the fence. So next game.
Dude, Sunday shenanigans, baby. We do whatever the heck we want. Just
Yeah,
say
it's
you're
been an
still on the
hour.
fence. Who cares?
We're halfway through the game. Halfway through the games. It's been an hour.
Halfway through the games, you only got 2 left, dog. What are you talking about?
Are we? Oh, wow.
Yeah, bro. Come on now. Look, we're gonna talk about this one right here. Let's see. Mike Basson. I bought an Aaron Long rare for $1, and his lowest score since has been 57.
Yeah, baby.
Talk about buying the dip.
It's a great
Wow. That is faith. You and MLS
I
guy are
bought
like
the
best
dip
friends.
for $60 like 3 years ago, and it doesn't look good. But we're getting some scores now.
Hey.
He's a defensive player of the year at one point, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, a broken clock is right twice a day. Okay. If you hold long enough, we'll eventually come good.
And
Not
Just
in
figure it
Chris's
out.
case.
5 times a season so far.
It's like me. I had Saba in my gallery for like weeks, and then he finally just decided he didn't like Miami either, and I sold him immediately.
Mike, hold on. I've been tooting the Aaron Longhorn for 3 years, and now Quinny says it once, and you go and buy one. What the hell's
Hey,
that all about?
You know what? If you're the god of Sorare content, you can do whatever you want, Chris. So
You
take
got
that out. You sit
overruled.
behind Quinny. Go check out Quinny's channel. Quinny 2001. Great guy. Love him. I was watching him this morning with Harry talking about Champ America. I didn't know what the heck was going on.
They talked
But
about
I
it.
just like listening to them talk. So, you watch it. We watch it. Meanwhile, while we sit over here and talk about our great MLS league, the greatest league on the face of the earth, Vancouver Whitecaps finally won a game. No thanks to Brian White.
They did.
What do you mean finally when they won during the week?
Did they win the midweek?
I was
I don't
there.
know. Oh, yeah. Okay. They played SKC.
Kansas City. That
doesn't count.
really count.
That's not a real game. They didn't win a real game. They just beat SKC like they were supposed to.
They won a practice match.
Yeah, it was a training game that I paid $15 to go to.
Might as well be. Look, highlights
Ryan
of the
Gould.
goal.
It's a big
Ryan
win over
Gould.
Colorado, though.
It is. Which Colorado has just forgotten how to play defense.
Yep. That is correct. They have Zach Steffen in net, and he apparently is not a good keeper anymore.
They rotated their defense. Navarro didn't start. Colorado heavily rotated. Well, didn't
Whoa!
rotate, but they
don't hate on
rotated.
Lawless Abubakar like that.
Yeah, that's
It's
hating.
not his fault.
Hey! I didn't blame him. I didn't
Look at
point any
Mihailovic.
fingers.
Look at his
I
scores.
just said they rotated. What's Jordy up to these days?
He's on a heater. I
Is
think
he on
he's
heater?
yes.
Ooh, 76. There you go.
Ooh,
Yeah,
That's a
he's
real
been
heater.
crazy.
look at
Yeah,
that.
everything flows through him. So if he scores, he's putting up an 80. Like that's the kind of guard you want.
Yeah. This is nice. And is he going to the Olympics? Is he on that roster? I think so, right?
Olympics? Is he
Yeah.
Or not the
No,
Olympics.
he'd be
25.
No, he's too old for that now.
I don't think he got called up.
I know Bombito's gone with Canada. Outside of Mihailovic, though, can I talk about Omir for a second? Come on.
No.
Come on.
Stop.
Come on.
People are gonna stop respecting us if you keep
Come
bringing up
on.
Omir Fernandez.
He has 360 pluses in
And they're all just
35
detectives. None of them are anything with AA. Like,
I'm going to continue to harp on that ship only because the times that I do play Omir Fernandez, which is very rare, he somehow always ends up winning me a reward.
stop that.
I just get lucky, so I'm going to keep bringing it up. Put some respect on his name. Look, he's fine in the system. He's obviously not the guy you want to get. Connor Ronan, still trying to figure it out. I bought one recently. I bought the dip on Connor Ronan. Do we think? I mean, Cole Bass didn't have the greatest game either. But what do we think? Where are we feeling on Ronan here? Who is finally starting?
Yeah, he's back.
But his scores aren't there yet. So
Yeah, he's back.
do we have faith in this still?
Yep.
He's coming back.
He'll be good for sure at some. Like
Yep.
just this is one.
I mean,
where
he's
like,
already put up a 55.
Yeah, that was off the
first
bench too, right?
No,
wait.
that was his first start.
60
Yeah,
minutes.
in 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he'll play 90 again, and he'll be
His rare is down. His rare hasn't moved. Wow, $34 for in season.
That's
That's
crazy.
that's kind of crazy.
Kind of cheeky.
Or- Wait, how much was it? 25.
His last rare
See-
sale was $34.
Now I'm mad at Jorge.
Why?
This is Mike's point exactly. Because you're talking crap about Omir Fernandez. No one takes me seriously on Aaron Long. And
Exactly.
that's the problem.
And no one takes me seriously on Hugo Kuipers. That's how it works.
Alex,
and no one takes you seriously, period.
you like SKC and Hugo Kuipers?
You're still on the fence about Vermees, man.
Hey,
We can't take you seriously until you're Vermees out.
I think we give him another year, honestly.
But let's be real, dude. Let's talk about this
Let's wait
Connor
till
Ronan
2030
limited
and let's see.
for
Let's see how it
$2.
goes.
Are you losing anything out here? $3 for an in-season Connor Ronan.
No.
I mean, this is about as good as a shot in the dark as you get, is it not?
100%. Yeah, it's by low.
What do you got? Austin at home coming up. St. Louis away. Tough place to play. But you could beat them. Montreal at home. Chaos in the midfield. And they got SKC in the upcoming schedule, so you buy your Connor Ronans.
Exactly.
And you sell after that game.
That's 100.
You don't play him against SKC. You list him.
Sell into the hype.
Yes, you sell
After he
into the
scores a
hype.
hat trick. After he scores a
Yeah.
hat trick, then you sell him.
Yeah, baby. Connor Ronan on the way up. But anyway, Vancouver getting it done on the back of Gold himself. Krylock off the bench. 7 minutes. Got a goal. Got a goal. You don't like starting him.
Is
He's
Sebas
still a guy.
Berhalter a thing?
No, I think that was just rotation.
Okay. Because I saw a highlight of him doing something, and then I just see he's scored a goal. Yeah, he's not a starter. Okay.
He started the last two, but I wouldn't put any faith behind him yet at the moment.
I will not be buying any Berhalters no matter how good he gets anyway, so it's fine.
No. Was there no Raposo in this game? Hey, what happened? What happened to Raposo, Alex? You're my Raposo watch. What happened?
We hate to see it. I'm pretty sure he just was like, I played good last game. No more. Probably.
JVic, you've missed us talking bad about SKC for an hour. I'm not gonna lie.
Not bad. On the fence. We're on the fence.
Yeah. Right. We're on the fence. We're on the fence.
It also probably the reason why I'm saying I'm on the fence too is probably because I've given up all hope at this point. So I'm like, I don't care what happens.
You don't even care anymore. You're like, whatever happens. It hurts.
Because the thing is we also paid him a bunch of money. So if we wanted to sack him, we would have to pay him a bunch of money. And I don't know if we want to do that.
Yeah.
I think we like
just give him a lot of barbecue and send him on his way. It'll be fine.
Exactly.
You know what? The next time we talk about SKC, we're just going to talk about SKC barbecue versus North Carolina barbecue.
That's not even a question. Let's calm down.
It's Memphis too, and like Nashville. Like there's some other places. Not North Carolina is not one I think of.
Oh yeah, the Carolinas, man. I had the greatest burnt
South
ends
Carolina.
when I was in Charlotte, bro.
South Carolina, maybe.
Yeah.
North Carolina is a random state with no heritage.
If you've never fire roasted a full alligator, I don't want to hear it. It's some real swamp barbecue.
All right,
you want some real BBQ? All right, come hang out in the swamp. I want to talk about some good eating.
Crocodile ridge.
I'll just eat some plastic instead. It'll be fine.
Hey,
fried plastic.
Rules, dude.
Fried
gator
plastic.
Tail?
That's a thing.
What?
Gator jerky?
I've had alligator.
Yeah, gator jerky,
good.
gator tail.
It's not good. It's like rubber. From Florida. It's not good.
Okay. It's okay.
You guys only like it because you're fighting the fight of your lives just to stay alive, and if you don't eat enough gator, then they overrun your population.
To be honest, what nobody knows is that alligators are really just giant like water puppies. They're just chilling, bro.
Okay, go up to one.
Great. I will, dude. I've we used to go out at
Florida
night
man eaten by an alligator calls him water puppy.
You hop on their back, you grab them by their neck, and you tape their mouth, and at that point, you just pet them and scratch their freaking.
Can you do that for content? Can we make it pick the MLS Cup winner?
Yes, I will live stream from the swamp, and I will go gator hunting. I'll pick up all the snake, dude. I got you, dude.
All right, we'd like to put out an ad for a new producer. Anyone interested, please apply. So we're in the States.
If y'all ever want to go on an excursion, I got it. Come to Florida. We'll go out in the swamp. We'll take you all the spots. We'll could you get a gator to manage?
That actually might not be a horrible idea.
Probably an upgrade.
Be better than Vermees. Anyway, enough of the swamp. We got one more game to cover, and then we get the heck out of here. I want to take a nap. It's Sunday, baby. Oh no, there's Atlanta and Charlotte. Yeah, we're taking a nap. Portland Timbers hosted the Houston Dynamo. Houston Dynamo finally figured out how to score goals, and the Portland Timber can still not keep them out of the goal.
Yeah, I would not say Houston figured out how to score goals. I'd say Portland's real bad at defense.
Let's go. Sporting Case just hired a new coach. Look.
And I'm pretty sure.
Look.
Photoshop.
Pep Guardiola. Exactly. He's our guy.
Lord. I was gonna say, dude, this qual check goal was much like the Facundo goal against Chicago, where it was just kind of pinging around the box, just kind of almost laying down, just kind of scored it in there, banged it in there past Crepeau. J-Rod, baby. I just won one. He's my favorite player on Sorare now. Evander getting it done. Felipe Mora getting it done. Dear Lord. I don't know.
Did you buy an Evander to pair with J-Rod?
I almost have to, right? I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice, not?
We got to stop saying 65s are getting it done. Hector Herrera is the only one, and Ethan Bartlow got it done in this game. Rodriguez and Evander didn't lose games. Everybody else, lost games. But that 65 isn't like, oh my god, I gotta celebrate. You know,
Compared to the other scores that you can get in the MLS, like you're happy with a 65.
Dude, look at my Sporting KC
we
lineup.
talked about
If
this.
another player got a 65, I would be
5 65s and you get nothing.
No, you get a box. 565s, you get a box.
Yeah, and you get
And you can get essence in boxes now.
Ooh, essence.
Boxes are valuable now. 60s are the new 80s, bro.
Think
You
about
want
a
that
captain,
essence. You
too.
want those boxes.
What
You want those arena tickets.
How many 60s does Paul Murray have?
Not any.
Probably not any at all because he's not good.
No, he's got
how
one.
many does he have in our hearts?
We're about to
100.
find out. Probably a million. Yeah.
Hey,
you
and
go.
Frank. Hey, can we talk about Franco Escobar being back?
He's got one this season.
Who? Paul Murray?
Yes.
And he had a negative AA that game.
Negative
Okay,
8
so
AA.
so let me ask you guys.
No,
this,
he
'cause
has 2. Oh, that was October. Never mind. JK.
I bought a Steve Clark recently, assuming he's back from his broken nose. Who do I pair with him? Because I have a Dorsey, which
Any of
we
them.
all know how Dorsey's been
Nope.
this year.
None of
But
them.
Mikhail,
don't
Sviatchenko,
pair 'em.
Escobar, like
You don't pair him.
no defender.
Sviatchenko.
If
Out of all of
anything, Escobar.
No, Mikhail's the best. Mikhail's the best. Escobar is.
But you just don't pair him. Like you don't have to run a defensive
No.
stack.
No,
Just-
you know,
No.
but it's kind of nice sometimes.
Especially in this league, you don't really want to do that.
I don't know. Sviatchenko is pretty solid.
I don't know, man.
When they get
Kalina
a clean sheet.
Malanda, that Kalina Malanda stack be winning me a lot of rewards lately. Even though that's probably done now, but it was fun while it lasted. So now, hey, Steve Clark comes back with a broken nose. Maybe cleared up some. Nah, I don't.
He
fucking
can
know where I'm
see
going
now. He can see clearly. 'cause
Yes,
his nose
he can-
is gone.
Exactly. Hey, Mikhail got a 75 last time
That
he
was
got a
great.
clean sheet.
I
I think
appreciated
he's
that
the
so
best.
much. This was awesome. I think
Alex
yes.
didn't respect the moment of silence.
How do you guys feel? I think that was like way over. I think he's too young to understand that reference.
I wasn't
Felipe
looking at
Mora,
the screen. I'm not
A
gonna
decent value pick forward now. He kind of has been, huh? I tried to make a deal with one the other day, and Powell like was just being an idiot, so I didn't get one. But he's been on my mind. But now with the J Rod, I feel like I don't need one.
I
Or you-
say no. I say overpriced for a 30-year-old that doesn't have any AA, and you're just relying on a goal to get to 60. I don't think it's worth.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, he's kind of gone, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's way too high for that. I mean, I think everybody wants to pair somebody with Evander, and so they're.
I mean, the limited's still
It used
under
to be
$8.
it used to be Santi Moreno, and now Santi Moreno's dead, and now they're like, oh my god, I need somebody else for him, and it's like, nope.
But for we're talking value. Like we're not talking get your J Rods, get your big dogs. We're talking as for value. For value, $8 for a limited to get these scores. I know you hate 60s. All right, I know you hate them. All right, that's why you hate Brian White so much. But hey, this clip we know Portland has a good offense, man. While defensively they might be a little booty, okay, a lot of booty, but offensively they're okay. So as a value pick, maybe.
I mean, how much
I
is
would,
his-
you know
how
who
much is
I
his-
would you know who I would pair Evander with?
Who?
Messi. Like
Not
legit.
anymore. Not anymore.
So you're in the camp that if you have someone like Evander, you're pairing them with Heels, you're pairing them with Cucho.
Yes.
You're not
So,
putting them in some Portland stack.
Early in the season, I was doing heel with like Shankly or like trying to figure out what the New England stack was, and that
Right.
shit didn't work. And then I was trying to do Santi with whoever the hell New York had at that point, which was nobody because Hannes Wolf wasn't a thing yet. And then I was trying to do Benteke with Cleach, and that was kind of working. But like, if I had literally just stuck Heel, Santi, and Benteke in the same lineup, like I'd have won
smashed everything.
so much more. Like
Right.
it just would have been so much easier. So I'm honestly, if there's a natural stack, great. Like, or if you don't have an elite player and like two guys are very reliant on each other, great, stack those guys. But I don't think you have to stack. Like,
No, you don't have to.
I think you're better off if you have an elite player like Ricky Pooch. If Painsel's out, I don't want to put Ricky Pooch with any other LA Galaxy people because
Right. Because they'll let you let you
I
down.
don't know who else is going to do that. I'd much rather I have a better chance of Pooch just randomly pairing with Santi Rodriguez because Santi's scores are so high too. or Evander. Like I
Right.
have a better chance of pairing those two together. So I think there's too much stacking at the elite level, and like Santi Moreno or Felipe Mora, those prices get so overinflated because people are trying to find the stack, and it's just not a stack. It's not there. Just start
Right.
Evander by himself.
It's like the Orlando
That's
stack. Like you
my
can't
stack.
ever run out an Orlando stack and be confident that it's going to hit. Like it's either one or the other, or just none at all. If we're gonna go by this, I'll go off this season.
Like I'm good with a value stack where you're not sure it's gonna hit, but like if it hits, it'll
But if
all
it
hit
hits.
together. Yeah, I'm good with that. Like that makes sense to me. Like a Kansas City stack, to be fair. There's been some games where Kansas City has had like 6 goals and all of them have hit on the same time. Now, who's actually in that stack? I have no freaking clue. But like, if you could figure out the Sporting Kansas City stack, there've been some games where like they've had 3 goals and half their starters have had 80s. You know what I mean?
Is that true? It might be the
I feel like
Portland?
there have been some games where they've had like they score goals.
They do. Well, they used to. They were.
Not
They
anymore.
were not anymore.
That kind of dried up a little bit, but
Early in the season, it was a thing.
yeah. I mean, I don't stack as much as most people do, but I like to have the option just in case. Like if like Houston has a smash matchup where I'm like, dude, they're gonna smash. Like I want to have someone to pair with Steve Clark, but yeah, I have Fry. I don't have a Seattle defender. I have Steve Clark. I don't have a Houston defender. What else do I have? I have Brad Guzan, and I don't have an Atlanta defender. Like most of my goalkeepers, except for like Gayese and Kalina, I don't really have the defenders for them. Like I'm not much of a stacker.
Our best game was against
but I like
Toronto.
to have it just in case.
If you want to show for Chris's, our best game was against Toronto.
This makes me
Tommy-
feel better, bud.
Tommy under 45, Shally under 50, Russell didn't play.
Well, I already
Voltaire's
saw a game
hurt.
that was better than that. I saw a Galaxy game that was better than that already.
I don't think we did that well in that game either. For our
We lost
big-
3-2, but
our big starters, I don't think did well.
Agata, Ratoya, and Saloy all had plus 70 plus.
Oh damn!
Yeah, that
Like,
was Ratoya's
This is
first
what I
goal.
mean.
Look at that formation.
Yeah, I know, right? 4-2-2-2.
Crazy.
Vermees ball.
Ugh.
But that's what I
That
mean.
is-
Like if you can find the stack.
True.
that was-
Once a season, you'll get a reward. But
Wait, that's crazy. How did you have a 4-2 game and not have anybody above a 60?
That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But hey, we've been here for an hour and 22 minutes. You guys have anything else you guys want to harp on about this weekend? We still have Charlotte and Atlanta to go. We will have our draft results posted on Twitter and stuff after that. If you didn't catch that episode last week, we definitely did that Thursday night. We did a draft. We had all of the MLS, not all of them, but most of the MLS legends. Look at them. Look at all those pretty faces. Riquinho in the house. Again, we have Charlotte, Atlanta today. Do you guys have anything else going? Anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything else you want to chat about? Anything you want to
can
bring
I
up?
go over the guess of decisives and watch list results because I won't be here on Wednesday?
Yes, Alex won't be here. There's actually a short, like, midweek
I won't be
kind of
missing
like
much.
lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might not even do a show. I don't know. We'll see. But here,
Yeah.
give
but,
it to him, Alex.
So, Jorge, what
Hey.
happened? Explain. Also, Chris,
Uh,
you got one. You got one. Definite decisive.
So I don't understand how I only got one. Nacho heel. You definitely did score. Oh wait, that's
Not-
the wrong heel.
Nacho heel, the other one. But look at that. Look at that beauty right there. He's going to score every week from now on.
That's
Sell.
Congratulations,
Exactly, yeah.
Alex.
Please
You
sell.
won the
Please
week.
sell. Please sell.
Congratulations.
But let's check the standings
You
because
picked Bossy to score.
Yeah, dude. Bossy's been on a heater. I don't want to hear it.
Interesting.
Oh no, I dropped under 2 points a week. Help.
Chris
Bob.
Chris is in the trenches right now.
I'm on the fence.
True. Of whether you're good or bad.
I'm on the fence. I don't know.
I'm gonna make an overlay, and I'm just gonna put like a fence post in front of like Alex's like video. just
Exactly.
just gonna put it up there for everyone to see.
So Bossy scored 2 goals since November of
2022.
2020.
yeah, and they were like recently, weren't they?
Yeah,
Scroll
I
up.
mean they were 2 of the last 4, but like he doesn't.
I don't care.
Score.
I don't
He's
care
an
about his form forever ago.
more
I
of
don't
an
care about the form right
assister.
now.
He's more of an assister than a scorer.
I don't know. Those 2 goals
I
that he
guess
scored
that's-
are beauties.
17 and 9 over
See?
That's not the worst.
I mean, I
Keep
guess
keep
it's
trying
not
to find a reason
terrible.
to put me down. You will not find one.
Well, he didn't
No.
score, so that's the reason to put you down.
Whatever. Anyway, shout out to everybody who's been in the chat. Shout out to everybody who's watching on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all the fun stuff, all the fun places that we're streaming. Hey, we did a baseball show yesterday. If you're into that kind of thing, go check it out. We had Hunter from Sideline Talk. Go listen to that baseball show. Chris had a lot of words. So were MLB. I hope your feelings are hurt. Maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes you kind of need it. Second of all, Alex will be out of town. We'll probably do a show sometime this week. It's a weird week. International break. People are out. There's not a lot of games. We'll figure it out. Hey, we'll bring you some content. We got some Tops Now Raquinho cards that we're going to be bringing at you. We're going to do some openings at some point too. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll bring you guys the content. Let us know what you guys want to see. I don't know if you guys want more content, you want less content. I do want to do shout out if anybody's still listening this late. If you are super deep into the Sorare NBA streets and you want to come on a podcast and talk about it with me, I want to have a conversation. The season is almost over. Let's talk about it. Season 2 in NBA. I have some words as well, just like Chris said for MLB. So, hey, if you're into that and you want to come on the show, be on the show, talk some NBA, let's do that. Outside of that, y'all are the GOATs. Aaron Long is good again, and that the world is a better place for it. See y'all soon.